My neighbor shared an unsettling video of a woman holding this device up to their Ring doorbell. She walked up, held it directly in front of the camera while it made a clicking buzzing noise, and then left. Any ideas what it might be for, or if we should be worried? Video linked in comments. What? What? I mean, I know that, Ring devices aren't exactly how you say the most secure. I know that there's some vulnerabilities a lot of smart home devices have. That's just kind of the nature of it. There are ways to fix that, etc. But something about this deeply unsettles me, and it's the fact that, it looks like she did it with purpose. With genuine purpose. Oh, and top comment says it. It's a frequency scanner often used by car thieves. People have a bad habit of keeping their vehicle keys too close to the front door. These can read the codes from a distance and enable thieves to get into your vehicle, disable security features in the process, and drive away with your car, especially if the vehicle doesn't require a physical key to be in the ignition. That's just uncomfortable. That's terrifying. Never keep your keys near the front door, I guess. We've learned something today on this, a subreddit. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/WhatisThisThing, a subreddit dedicated to asking one simple question. What is this thing? Or para hablar español, ¿qué es esto? Was any of that good Spanish? Probably not. Let's just get right into it. Plastic box attached to some of the railings in an NFL stadium. I want to say this is some sort of accessibility thing, but I'm not fully sure. I also kind of doubt that now that I'm saying it out of my mind. It looks like a very elongated frog. But overall, I don't know. It looks arbitrary in nature. Let's find out. Many have the Xfinity logo on them, so I believe those are house Wi-Fi antennas. Oh, so they basically just replicate the Wi-Fi signal. Who is connecting to public Wi-Fi in an NFL stadium? That just seems like a massive vulnerability. I can't be the only one who thinks oh yes, what a perfect place to connect to public unsecured Wi-Fi. I cannot wait to do this. That's not a good. I mean, it's neat, but that's not a good. Any ideas what someone left at my house party? Small green rigid brick, hole in the middle, crumbles when I scratch it. I wonder if someone brought their own soap. It looks like soap, but I assume they didn't sniff it, or if they did, it didn't smell soap-like enough. But it just looks like soap. I'm not super shocked by this one. That's my guess. I need to not just postulate. It's either that or small bread, but I don't think it's small bread. It's rat poison. So you would not want to rub that on your hands. It's definitely not a dog treat. Weird. So apparently, people are just theorizing that no one left it there. That was just something that someone probably left, the previous homeowners, just behind the toilet. Either way, weird. Green buildup in water boiler. Sorry, you got the green. There's no getting rid of it. It's probably just some sort of moss, plant growth, or mold spore, I would say. I don't think it's going to be anything too deadly, but you should clean it. You should just clean it. Don't be a gross, just clean it. It could also be, I want to say, not copper, but some other kind of oxidized metal getting, just rubbing off from the pipes. Actually, it could be copper, but that would imply that you have a lot of rust in your pipes, which ain't good to begin with, my dude. So I'm hoping it's the gross because you can wash the gross away, but if it's oxidization, you got some bigger problems. Oh, and it's scale. Maybe some salts, copper oxidized green, use citric acid, and it's gone. So it could just be scale. It could just be scale. That's, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. On top of the garage, about the size of a chimney, but with windows on all four sides. You, my friend, used to live on an ancient ocean, and that was just the world's smallest lighthouse. I'm a doctor of lighthouses, which means I know these things. But, I always assumed that these were, lookout, lookout points, like Widow's Walks almost, but not dangerous, but I assume that they were simply put there so you could look out, ye olde peep-a-hole. Oh, it is a cupola. Originally, they were used to add light for the rooms under them, but they are also quite cute. And I would agree, they are quite cute. I love that. I love that aesthetic. I love rooms with a lot of natural light, but I also really like rooms that are just big end glass. Are they secure? No. Can people watch me? Yes. Does that unsettle me? Greatly. Small plastic letter J with a Walmart Plus on it. I've got so much. This is very clearly a cookie cutter. As someone who's made cookies with his mom all his life, that's very clearly cookie cutter. But also, Jay, you saw this. You saw the orientation of the Walmart Plus, and your mind said, Jay, it's probably supposed to be a candy cane. I'm gonna be completely real. It's probably supposed to be a candy cane. Is there any context to where you get it? I have no idea. There's no context on where they got this thing, but I found it. I found the base version of it, the before company modifications, and it just says candy cane plastic cookie. It's a candy cane Walmart cookie cutter. There's not much else to it. Gilded Iron Pin around 11.5 centimeters, and swivels and pivots. Could be like a ye olde keychain. I'm not really sure what the point of it would be. I mean, it could just be like a little jabby do for eating your fancy cheeses. But it also, according to the comments, could be a hat pin, a type of embellishment attached to and hung from a string from the top like a tassel or a charm. But I don't know, it's very long and rigid, so I'm not fully sure. Another person said shawl pin, so basically to pin the shawls, and people are rallying around that theory. So it's a pin for your shawls to keep them closed, and they are ornate and cool. Two-tone 3D printed object on a necklace from a youth military program in the United States. That's a buoy. It's a baba buoy because it's so small. I don't know. That just seems weird. I have no context for this. Most kids who get through Starbase get one of those. Its purpose is to demonstrate CAD and 3D printing, not to provide any practical result. So it's just supposed to represent like a little space capsule. Okay, every student makes their own. Neat. That's neat. What are these blue, large, about 2 meters, heavy steel objects with chains and rope attached that look as if they are put underwater seen in a harbor? Those are, little robotic lobsters. They trick the big lobsters into falling in love with them, and then they kidnap them. They are just little robot lobsters. That's not how this works, and they're not little at all. I would imagine that there's some sort of like trash collection skim, I would say. That'd be my best guess, like some sort of skimmer. But I'm not fully sure. They are trawl doors or otter boards. There's 2 of them attached to an opening of a large fishing net, which holds it open while it trawls. Oh, I see. So the big otter board is put on the bottom, the smaller one on the top, with 2 different wires that they then drag the net along the ocean floor. Okay, so they're just big fish grabbies. Got it. Very old antique furniture, about 2 feet high. It has a pull-out drawer with a hole in it. Any idea what this could be used for? Hole is about 4 inches in diameter. The world's biggest Slurpee cup. Back in the old Victorian times, they used to drink those babies all day. Just one slushie all day. But realistically though, this probably held some sort of ornament, or it was used to hold like a cup full of sewing supplies, because this looks like a lot of sewing equipment that I've seen. It looks like some of the furniture I had when I was a kid. So apparently people are saying this is a bowl hole. Once the bowl is filled, you could do many bowl-related things, like rinse your hand or eat tasty treats outside of the bowl hole. So it's like a cup holder, but for a bowl. Found on the beach. It's hard and shiny and about 10 centimeters in diameter. That's egg. It is egg. It is not egg. If it's hard, it's probably some kind of rock that's just been polished to a fine sheen and was just like already a geode. And comments are correct. It looks like an agate with an inclusion of some other darker mineral, which is really cool. That's just very interesting. I want it. Give it to me. We got this from an elderly friend who claims it's something for your hands. I guess? Maybe if this is just like trying to size gloves? That would be my best guess. It's some sort of glove sizer. Or maybe it's it's like reverse acupuncture where you just compress the entire finger with it. I don't like that theory. It is a device for, they're saying it's some sort of ergotherapy device, like to train your hands after some sort of accident, surgery, or if you have, neurodegenerative disease, because it can make using your hands hard. So it is, apparently the manufacturer is also known for making ergonomic products, so that's what this is. It is to train your hands in the event of untimely misfortune. Shaped like a sickle, has 2 handles, one with a ratchet-like item on it. Friend found in her barn. Isn't this for horseshoes, I want to say? I feel like this is for horseshoes. I feel like we saw something like this very recently, in fact, on the channel. I want to say it's a horseshoe thing. Maybe it's something else. It's a valve spring compressor for a tractor engine. Horses are just tractors that don't run on gas, they make it. Does anyone have any idea what the tool on the left is? Used a pen for scale. I believe that's what the dentists use to stab your gums while insisting you're not flossing, despite flossing 3 times a day. I'm not mad about it, but I would assume it's some sort of just, it could be for crochet. It could be for crochet. I'd hedge on crochet. It is just a pick. Literally nothing specific, just whatever you might find handy for it. Like, it's not for lock picking. It's just kind of a pick. Well, that's not sexy. What is this metal item? Unsure exactly what material, unsure of age, unsure of origin, but found here in the Netherlands. Has a small star-shaped inscription and no other markings. The bottom is very scratched up. So, I can't say what I'm thinking. But I'm wrong, but some of you know what I'm thinking. But we're both wrong. It's a pipe tamper, 100%. You would use it to tamp your backy while smoking. So it's either that or a wax seal press, although it would just be a blank circle. Both of these seem like options, and there is a very heated debate about it in the comments. So I'm going to say wax seal press because that's what the algorithm would find more favorable, but unfortunately we have to end this with a draw your own conclusions. Because that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who might be able to post their own question of what is this thing? If you do want more r/whatisthithing, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.